Ready to start freelancing but don't know where to begin? I've been there, confused, overwhelmed, no clients, no roadmap, but I made through. And in this video, I'll give you the complete beginner's guide to freelancing. In 2025, whatever year you're watching this, here in this video, you'll learn how to pick the right freelance niche, build a profile that gets noticed, get your first paying client, and earn online, even if you're just starting out from scratch. You'll be able to work from home, anywhere in the world, even from your country. And the best thing is, I've prepared a few resources that will allow you to stand out from the competition and in your journey as a freelancer. Just check out the links in the description for those resources and to know more. Most beginners fail at freelancing because people start freelancing and they imagine the freedom to work from home, get paid in dollars, flexible schedule, but they don't imagine the silence, the rejection, the dip. And that's why most fail. When you start freelancing, there's early motivation. You watch YouTube videos like these, you create a profile, maybe even send proposals. Then nothing happens. Clients don't reply, you wonder if you're too late. If freelancing is oversaturated, that is the dip. And 2025, whatever year, freelancers must expect it. That's normal, it's part of life. It's pretty much part of everything that we do, everything that's worthwhile, that's worth investing time and money to make happen in our lives. We will have those dips, we have those valleys, we have those times in which nothing is happening as planned. Nothing is going accordingly to what we want. But if you're sticking to the right thing, and if you see that people are having success in what you're trying to do, and if you see that it's attainable for you also, that you can also do it, you can invest time in it. And I prepared 3 reasons here that most freelancers quit in the dip. First, no clear path. They don't know what to do next. So what happens is that people come to a platform like Upwork, they join, they look at the platform, it looks very shiny, they see the jobs being posted, but when they come to the job board, they don't have a strategy in place. They don't know how to get things done, how to make it work, how to really stand out from the crowd and just start getting those opportunities. Also, too, no quick wins. They expect money in week 1. That's right. When I started, I didn't have big expectations from Upwork. I started sending a few proposals here and there. I started getting a few gigs here and there. And then I started noticing, right, wow, this platform it really has great potential. I really should invest and continue investing my time and money in the platform. And that's what I did. Sometimes you may be lucky. Sometimes you may get a quick gig, a quick hire. You may connect with the client. They would start paying you money, but that may just be the exception and not the rule. Sometimes maybe not everybody will have the opportunity to be hired out of the blue, out of the bat. The majority of the reality for everybody is this. Not everybody will be hired in the first proposal. That's not how it happens. You must have a mid to long-term vision of if you want to succeed and stand out on Upwork. Third, no accountability. They have no plan, no milestones, no backup. That's right. They come to Upwork or other freelancing platform, even if you use Fiverr, other freelancing platforms in the world, Guru, other ones. What happens is that people join these platforms, but everybody is in it, in that mentality that they want to make a lot of money quick. And you know what happens? What I'm saying is that people get frustrated. People get frustrated because they don't now see what they want. They get demotivated. Sometimes they see other people making a lot of money fast, and they think that they want to do the same thing, the same way, but they forget that everybody had their dip, everybody had their valley, everybody had their struggle. Not everybody is today, sometimes, earning a lot of money as a freelancer or in any business venture. Out of the blue, nobody gets to a business venture out of the blue and gets success overnight. So you must have the right mentality. Like I almost quit too when I started freelancing on Upwork. I was working normal jobs in Brazil, my country. I had no clients, no reviews, no idea what I was doing, but I kept showing up. I studied successful freelancers. I wrote my proposals. I picked a niche and stayed consistent in the platform. Eventually worked. Today I'm fully booked, charging what I'm worth. Today I work with clients that I like to work. Today I spend time in projects that really make sense for me, But because I stuck it out during the dip, that's right. You think it's shiny, you think it's easy. It's not gonna be easy Ask yourself, when was the last time you saw somebody do an overnight thing, they became a billionaire? Those are things that happen very rarely on Earth. Take note of the population in the world, how many people are really making it right, but bringing it to reality, into our level. I'm gonna tell you today in this video why freelancing 2025, whatever year you're watching this, is still the best opportunity. All right, let's look at the numbers. First, over $4.4 billion of freelancers' earnings processed by Upwork in 2024. 80% of clients come from US, UK, Canada, Australia. Remote first hiring is booming, even for beginners from countries like Brazil, India, Nigeria, and the Philippines. You are not too late, but you must be strategic. That's right. Work to begin, even if you start where you are right now from scratch, right? This is the part no one talks about enough. Your first steps are everything. So step one, you must pick a niche, not a job title. Instead of saying, I do design, say, I create thumbnails for YouTube creators. You can also say, I build Shopify stores for new brands. This is how you stand out. Some people want to do SEO, optimized approaches to niches, but you must have a differential. Because if you look at the job board, if you look at it because you look at the talent pool, if you look at the talent pool on Upwork or any other places, you see that many people are just focused strictly on the SEO, optimized density of their keywords in their title, but they're not paying too much attention to their differential. You must stand out from the crowd with a profile title that really shows what you are offering, how you present, how you can help clients, and how you can stand out with differential that will really be amazing for your clients. Step two, build a laser-focused profile. Use a clear headline, for example, B2B appointment setter for agencies. Add a short picture video from YouTube, 30 seconds really helps. Add any past experience, even paid projects. Now, the good thing after you have a success profile on Upwork is that you start getting those reviews, those job experiences, and they start to stack up in your profile. What happens then is that you have those things, in your profile that will show value for those people that are looking to hire freelancers. They'll see your profile, they'll see your title, your laser focus profile, and they'll be like, this guy really knows about. So they'll start paying more attention to you. That will be how you stand out, okay? Step three, start sending targeted proposals, personalize every message, focus on the client's pain, not your resume, offer one clear result. I'll help you get 5 sales calls per week. That's what I did. That was a similar pitch that I did in 2024 when I saw scripts from social media, SMMAs, when I saw other business, when I saw cold email templates in YouTube. I saw that people were always making a claim, right? For example, this one that I said, I'll help you get 5 sales calls per week. So people get really, interested in that hook that you make. Your offer hooks them in your presentation, in your video, all right? And they're looking for the transformation that you provide. It's the same thing at Upwork. People are looking for the end results and the transformations. So in your profile, you gotta stand out. That's what I did back in 2024. I wanted to be an appointment setter. I wrote my profile. I said that I was gonna get them anywhere from 20 to 40 appointments per month. And then what happened? I started sending proposals. I also started boosting my profile on Upwork. I had an amazing success, all right? I don't know what happened, but back in 2024, I was like boosting my profile and I was getting a bunch of results, and then I just onboarded like 12 new clients in a matter of like 1 or 2 months, and I made a lot of money with that, all right? And that's a strategy that you can use, okay? Another thing, if you stick with it, this happens. I didn't get lucky. I sent hundreds of proposals. I can actually say that I sent more than 1,000 proposals on Upwork, got rejected, improved my offer, got better at follow-ups. I built trust, and Upwork started pushing my profile. More clients began reaching out. That's what happens after the dip. That's right, it's funny, right? But after a while on that work, I started receiving invites from hot clients, warm clients, very hot clients ready to hire. They wanted my help, and they would send me messages like, hey, Bruno, just simple text messages they would send me. Bruno, how can you help me with this? Bruno, can you help me out with this project? Hey, Bruno, how do you work with this and that? How can you help me get more appointments? And I started filling my pipeline with clients. That's where they trusted me. they check my profile, my background, my track record on the platform, on Upwork, and that really started paying off. It became like a flywheel effect on Upwork as thing happens in life when you start getting momentum in whatever you're doing. But that's what you gotta do. You gotta be able to stick it out to the end, stick it out in the process. You must have, all right, so these are the highlights that I wanted to tell you. And I'm gonna tell you 3 milestones that you must have in the following month if you want to really be successful on Upwork. First, you must aim to send at least 30 to 50 tailored proposals. I know sometimes you may not have the money upfront to pay for so many proposals. What you can do is you can send as many proposals per month as you can. You can also break it out through many months according to the budget. But the mentality that you must have in this milestone is that you must stick it out to the end. You must get stuck to this goal. You must not stop sending proposals. You must continue like I did. What I was doing, I was working my 9-to-5 jobs, or I was doing gigs in my country in Brazil. I was getting work, sometimes part-time jobs, and I was continuously sending proposals on Upwork. I never stopped, and that's what made it pay off. That's the reason why I have success on the platform right now. Number 2, second milestone you must have is you must get 2 small contracts to focus on 5-star reviews to start building the reputation of the platform, right? Like this, you send proposals for small gigs just to do like a small project. It can be anywhere from $10, $50, $100, just so you can get the 5-star feedback from a client. It can be just to make somebody happy with the service that you're gonna do for them, and they're gonna really like you. Even I won't say you do it for free, but you really have to have the mentality to get those 5-star reviews, at least 5, and you can do the work as cheap as possible. Just a symbolic value, sometimes it can be just like $5, just for you to get that review and start building that background track record on Upwork. Could be like this: you get a data entry project, the kind of project that you do it for like very cheap, just to get the review, and there you have it. You start getting your first reviews, and those will be just to prove that you know what you're doing, that you're reliable, that you're trustworthy. This will make you stand out, so that you're more better viewed on the platform, like you have some track record. Third milestone, you must build a case study or testimonial from real client results, right? That is good if you're working in kinds of services that you provide results for clients, like sales appointments, things like that. You can even do like video editing and say that your videos are so engaging that people stick through the videos, that they're watching until the end, that they get hooked to the video, to the content, and that you help clients grow. That if you do, if you're able to get the momentum, and it's like compound interest. You should never quit. Freelancing isn't always going to be fun, but if you're on the right path, you ask yourself these questions. Do I enjoy solving the problems I'm being hired for? Are my results slowly improving? Would quitting this free up time for something better or just easier? If you still feel the deep, don't quit yet. So these are things that you must ask yourself if you're trying to quit. Have I sent 100 proposals? If not, you can't quit. You must have a quitting contract, something that you do like a checkup on a monthly basis, just to be able to say this: I'm only gonna quit if I meet these track records, right? These skill sets. I only give myself permission to quit if I reach this amount of goals. So I must send at least 100 proposals, and you must check your progress all the way until the end. You must understand, people are looking for opportunities, and what I think? Sometimes Upwork seems like very easy, because when you get it, I look at myself and I go to the job posts, even jobs that I was hiring a video editor, and I looked at the candidates that applied. You know what I saw? I saw candidates that had no experience whatsoever on Upwork. They were applying. They had no track record, no reviews. I also looked at profiles from guys that boosted their profile. They had track record. They had earnings on the platform. And I was like, I'm going to look at these guys first here, at the top, that boosted their profiles. They had track records. They had case studies. They had a portfolio. And those are the guys that I started talking to first. So that's the same thing that's going to happen to you if you are starting on the platform. You can't give up. You got to get those reviews. You got to get the experience. If you're a newbie starting on the platform, you got to have patience. You got to put in the time and the work. You must invest in your career on Upwork, and it's going to pay off. It's going to become even easier, because as you get more experience on the platform, you start getting results. And one thing that I have highlighted in the job description are the masterclasses that I have prepared for you, which allow you to have that insight to be able to work as a freelancer on Upwork and strategize and compete in the marketplace with strategies that will allow you to amass clients in your pipeline, to work with them on a monthly basis, on a recurring basis. You can use these strategies that I give you in this channel, and if you want more in-depth insights, just check out the links in the description so you can learn how you can become a freelancer and stand out from the crowd. Because it's not easy. It's easy to create a profile on Upwork, Fiverr, it's easy to start sending proposals, but to have an edge, to have a competitive advantage, to dominate job listings that really appeal to you, that are from high-paying clients that pay $15, $20 an hour, you must have an edge. It's not just, be able to send a proposal. All you need to be successful is have a Wi-Fi connection, internet connection, computer, sometimes just your smartphone, and the ability to know that you have an edge. So before you get discouraged, here are a few things why you have a competitive advantage of the North Americans in the US. First, you live in a country where the living cost is low. Second, you're able to earn from US-based clients that pay in US dollar. Third, there's global demand, unlimited reach. I built my business from Brazil, so you can do the same thing. You can start building out your career as a freelancer in 2025, whatever year you're watching this video. You must be, focused. Number one, pick a niche that you enjoy. Number two, build your Upwork profile. Number three, that's what I like to do. Send at least 5 proposals per day for 30 days straight. If you can't do it because of financial conditions, just separate an amount of cash every month for you to spend and invest in your profile, in your career on Upwork, and it's going to pay off, okay? You're going to see the results. You just got to stick it to the end. You got to continue in the process. You got to continue the process, moving forward, send your proposals, stay in the marketplace, send your proposals, getting in touch with potential clients, and then you're going to have it. It's like statistics, It's like the law of averages. The more time you spend on the platform, the more time you spend on Upwork, it's going to pay off in the long run. Like sometimes people on Facebook ads or Google ads, those advertising platforms, they spend anywhere from $15 to $20 for a lead. Those leads are sometimes very cold. Those leads don't know them. And they don't have even the interest to make any purchase decision in a reason. But here on Upwork, sometimes we pay $3 to have access to high quality clients that are spending thousands of dollars on the platform. And it's much better than those cold leads from Facebook or Google ads. These people are hot, warm, ready to make a hiring decision. And if you get in front of them for $3, and you know what I do? I boost my proposals. So pretty much I can do a boost anywhere from $5, and I can total up my bid for something like $8, $10, $12 per proposal. Because when a client has spent $100,000 on the platform, I go I can't let this slide by, I gotta stand out. I gotta get the first position, the first spot board on the job posting for that client, right? So for example, the client's gonna see the ranking of the bids that came in for his job post. And if you were able to stay at the very top, the client's going to look first at you. He's going to consider first you. He's going to check first you. He's going to click at your profile. He's going to check the description. He's going to check the portfolio. And he's going to go wow, this guy really knows what he's talking about. Your earnings on the platform is going to weigh heavily, all right? And your feedback, your track record is going to weigh heavily on a decision that the client is going to make. But my final thoughts for you is that most freelancers quit freelancing not because they're not good enough, but because they don't stick to the process, because they don't stick it to the end. You need to be patient. Save this video, bookmark it, rewatch when you hit your dip, but know that you can do it. I did it. I was able to do it. You can do it too, right? And if you need an edge, if you need the advantage, if you need to know how you can get clients and stand out from the competition, check out the links in the description, and I'll be able to help you there too with greater insights and strategies, right? See you there.